What's up, Dennis, man?
What's going on?
The turnovers, I mean, they've been flowing for the defense. I know you guys kind of worked on it a lot through training camp. I mean, is there anything you can put your finger on that's like helped you guys start finding ways to take the football away like you have?
Yeah, I think when it becomes part of your identity, it's who we are. That's something that Camp's talked about from day one. Um, I've been a part of a lot of defenses that talk about taking the ball away because it is such an important factor. But I think when it's who you are as a defense, then it's going to show up even more. So it's exciting that it is showing up. That is something that is a calling card for the Jaguars defense. And it's exciting to be a part of.
And Liam Cohen got a little fiery on the field after this one. You like seeing that side of your head coach come out?
Absolutely. I think passion can kind of look like aggression when you don't know what you're looking at. And I want a passionate leader. So it's good to see that this stuff matters just as much to him as it does to all of us. Um, and proud of my head coach.
Appreciate you.
We'll go to John Osher, then to Mike Duraco.
Yeah, hey, Dennis, I know you've overcome a lot in your career to get to where you are. I'm wondering how the last year sort of compares with that, coming back from the injury. You're still less than a year out, sort of what you've been through to get back to this point.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a battle. I think the most fortunate part about the injury, free agency, all that is so much of it was out of my control to be able to just lock in and, hey, what do I need to do today to get better? And I think that's something I have plenty of time on task doing. Because in this league, you just never know what the next day will bring. So all you can focus on is what you can do each day. And I think that's kind of what got me through that whole process.
And then what has it meant to you, like in coming back, to sort of come back into this environment, which feels obviously pretty positive right now and has for a while?
Yeah, it's really refreshing to be a part of Campy's defense. I think football is kind of spoken in violence, and that's something that Campy and this coaching staff understands. And it's fun to play football the way it's intended to play.
Thanks, appreciate it.
D-Rock, followed by John Shipley.
Hey, Dennis, you talked a minute ago about turnovers, but 13 in 4 games. I mean, you guys could not have probably thought that when you were talking about being a defense that forced turnovers. 13 in 4 games is a lot.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. It's been a lot of fun to watch, especially Devin's just been a ball magnet. It's so cool to see him have success. I've just been here a short time, but seeing how hard he works, and that's showing up in a big way. Campy says, God rewards those that run to the football, and just the effort that everybody is putting into each week and seeing it show up in those kind of situations where, ball bounces another way and you just, man, it would have been nice to have that one, but they are bouncing our way. We are hunting up routes and all that. And it's cool to see.
Can you keep up the pace?
That's the plan. I can't predict anything. We'll stay on our fundamentals and technique and see where that gets us.
And one more really quick. Liam Cohen said yesterday, hey, this is a tough team. That's what he had been preaching since he had gotten here. How quickly did that turn? I mean, I know you weren't here last year, but I'm sure you watch film and talk to guys. But when did it become evident to you that this was going to be a tough team, physically, mentally tough team?
Oh, yeah. My first real introduction was pretty much training camp, signing so late in the off season, and it was pretty evident from day one that that's who we're going to be as a football team.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
These
you.
will be our last two, John Shipley, followed by Gary Smits.
Hey, thanks for doing this. Two big returns by the special teams unit yesterday. Can you just talk about, how key it was for that phase of the team to play so well yesterday and really what led to that success?
Yeah, absolutely. We knew it was going to be a game that took all three phases, and this special teams unit is a ton of fun to be a part of. Guys flying around and making plays and doing that sort of stuff. So we're always trying to we want to be the best special teams unit out there at all times, and to see that show up, and we've been emphasizing playing clean and getting our blocks and understanding that we got some great returners that we get the ball in their hands, they're going to do some pretty special things. So it's nice to see those things that you talk about, and hey, just play clean ball and we're gonna have some success. And to see Tootin and to see Parker with the returns that they had, it's just so much fun. I think guys are playing for each other. They want to see each other's success, and that's what makes football such a fun game.
Thank you.
Last one, Gary.
Hey, Dennis. From your vantage point on the other side of the ball throughout training camp, how did you see the offensive line progress as camp went on?
Yeah, coming back from the injury, I was kind of late to the field and everything, and didn't see the progression and everything. But what I saw when I was out there was a group of guys that worked well together, that would win their one-on-one matchups. And it's awesome to see kind of, the no sacks allowed, this and that, showing up in a major way on Sundays.
What's up, Robert? How you doing, man? How'd you feel about the offensive line's performance yesterday? It feels like you guys just keep kind of stacking some really good days, keeping Trevor clean back there.
Yeah, a game with no sacks is always going to be a positive. The protection felt really good. I think you can feel as a group, we're all, like I always say, trying to continuously improve on things. I think there's a lot to come out of that game that we can get better at. It was, after the game, I didn't realize we rushed for 150, and I think we left a lot out there. So just keep continuing to find those things that we can improve on, and raise our technique and fundamentals, just to keep opening holes for our backs. And they're just doing a great job reading it, hitting it, and getting downhill.
Was your toughest block of the day blocking out Liam Cohen after the game?
That was the easiest one for sure.
Do you like seeing that kind of fiery side of your coach, knowing he cares just kind of about this as much as you guys do?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this too. He cares immensely. He's emotionally invested, and that's a good, like, this in this job and in his job. That's a normal thing. It's hard not to be. You have to care a lot to be willing to do what it takes to get to the level we want to get to. And yeah, I think we all love seeing that, because it makes you want to go play for him. And I do, and we all do. And that's an unbelievable trait for a coach to have.
Appreciate you, Robert.
Yep.
Gary, followed by D-Rock.
Robert, one thing that happened yesterday was you had a couple of injuries, and Cole and Chuma came in, and there didn't seem to be any apparent drop off. I wonder if you can speak to what they were able to do for you guys, and still the whole unit as a whole have the game you did.
Yeah, I'd say it goes to how those guys prepare. I think across the board in that room, we all take everything very seriously, and preparation being probably number one. So when I was in that role last year, and you're kind of watching the whole game, and every player just kind of checking to see if everyone gets up or not. But when someone doesn't, you just gotta be ready to rock and trust your preparation, trust your technique and fundamentals. And those guys came in and did a great job. And I know Chuma went back out, and Anton Toughness Nails coming back in and finishing the game. I mean, I was incredibly proud of him. That was really cool to see. I mean, he's a staple in our room, and he's going to continue to play like that and continue to elevate himself. And that was really cool to see from him.
Thank you.
D-Rock, followed by John Shipley.
Hey, Robert, in like the simplest of terms, why are you guys so good at running the ball right now?
Great question. I think my first thing I would say is that, like, there's so much left on there. I mean, like, I'm really glad we rushed the way we did yesterday, and we've had some good weeks of it. But to answer your question, I think the way I've said this before too, the way Liam builds this offense, the way Grant and then Sean and Clee and they marry it with the pass game with Shane and John Van Dam, like everything's married together really well. It makes it hard to see what we're going to do, and they've done an excellent job in marrying the run and the pass and the play pass with the screens, all that stuff. I give a ton of credit there because, as like I said to you guys too, I watched it in Tampa make a huge difference. Giving us the opportunity to execute the scheme is called when we're playing well with our technique and fundamentals, and Liam's calling it well. It's really hard to stop, and we haven't reached the level that we're capable of yet, which is exciting. So just continuing to try and grow in the run game, keep protecting. As far as talking just about the offensive line unit, it's no penetration in the run game, stay inside out and in front and pass, and don't let those guys get back there and create holes for our backs to hit. And I think our backs have done an amazing job of growing in the system as well and getting a feel for the way we're hitting our blocks and how they're going to hit these runs based on that. And I think they're even seeing the fronts to where they have an expectation of when the ball snap, they understand where we're trying to get to and where they're going to probably end up. And then if that's not there, taking their reads, trusting their progression, and getting north and south as soon as they can.
Liam said yesterday that this team does have an identity right now. It's a tough team. So when did it become evident to you that that's what you guys were?
I think just the way we've played all 4 games, like we played very hard. Our defense plays out of their minds. Offensively, we finish, we play hard, we try to get to the ball carriers. But last week I think was a great example of things aren't going great. Our defense is playing lights out, and we're sputtering a little bit, but we're continuing to grind and coming in the locker room at halftime just saying like, hey, remember, like we're a good offense. We need to trust what we do and keep going because eventually it's going to hit. And we did that. You saw us come like that. That was some serious adversity in a football game. When things aren't going your way or not going how you want them to, you have to continue to trust the process and keep trying to make it go for each other. And you saw at the end of the game, we were able to do that. So that was a great lesson, I guess, and for everyone to see and feel what that's like to keep fighting through. And even yesterday, same thing. I mean, we left some out there, but we kept going and we kept going and we kept going. We get the first down, we can kneel it out, and that feels really good.
Thanks, Bo. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Last 2, John Shipley, followed by Osher.
Hey, Robert. Thanks for doing this. You've obviously known Liam longer than most players. Are you still learning things about him and seeing him kind of develop now that he's in this new role that he's in?
Yeah, I think it's been really cool getting to see that transition from him as an offensive coordinator to a head coach, because he's still himself for sure, 100%. Like he's always going to be unapologetically himself, and I respect that about him. I think everyone else does too. But getting to watch him talk in front of the whole group about all 3 phases of the game has been really cool because his knowledge is incredibly deep and he understands what we're doing all across the field. So in our team meetings, when you get to listen to him talk about the defense and what we've done through the week in practice and how we're going to try to execute on Sunday, I think that's something I'd never really had before. I was more like short team meetings, and that was good. That was different, but this has been really cool to listen to Liam explain those phases and hear the way he sees other parts of the game that I'm not used to talking to him about all the time.
Thank you.
Last one, Osher.
Yeah, hey Robert, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, but it really wasn't just Anton dealing with injuries. Looks like Ezra was still sort of playing through it, and even Chuma. What does it say about the group? And you talked about depth in training camp. To see it and to overcome that in like real time.
Yeah, it's very important because it's rare you get through a season in any position group with no injuries. So, like I said, those guys being ready when you have that opportunity and just taking advantage of it in the sense that you're going to come in there and play the best of your ability and doing it for the guys next to you. It was great to see those guys get an opportunity and take advantage and continue to elevate the entire room. Those are things you need to have success in this league. You have to have depth, and you have to have guys who are ready to come in whenever. Like I said, I did it before. It's not an easy spot to be. It's kind of weird. So ton of credit to them, because you never know when that moment's going to come, but you got to be ready no matter what. So you're kind of on the sideline the whole time, just waiting. And that's not always the most fun place to be. But like I said, credit to them. They came in and did a great job and helped us win. Those was really cool.
Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.